Rapid Media presents Rapid Media TV.
Scott McGregor with Rapid Media TV, and I'm at Outdoor Retailer Summer Market 2012 with Tom Swedish. Did I get that right, Tom?
You got it, absolutely.
Tom, what do you do here at Johnson Outdoors?
Yeah, I've worked at Johnson for about 17 years now. I'm the director of R&D for watercraft. We design everything you see here in the booth pretty much, from boats to life jackets to the outfitting of the boats to paddles. And yeah, we try to keep people interested.
Great. I'm going to ask you a few questions, or maybe just get you to tell me about this new Necky boat you've got here. Tell me about the deck.
All right, so first of all, we've got our quick seal hatch. This is our large version of the hatch we've just come out with a couple years ago. This hatch is interesting because not only is it bone dry, but it's also a quick one-step operation. And that's something that really doesn't exist in the industry right now, for something that's completely dry but still a simple on-off operation. So we're pretty stoked with it, and consumers are really psyched about it as well.
Great.
Got foot braces. The boat's also available in a ruddered version, so you need slidable foot braces for the rudder, fixed foot braces for the standard version. Got a little pouch here just for things that you want to be able to have access to, whatever, right? Stuff that can get wet, it'll still drain out. Right here we got a spot for a GPS. A lot of people like to just throw a GPS down, keep track of how far they've gone, how fast they're going, all that sort of thing. Water bottle area here. One of the key things with this boat, in sticking with that kind of A to B concept and that touring concept, is that we took our touring outfitting and put it right on top of the sit-on-top. Historically, sit-on-tops just get a molded-in plastic seat and get a clip-on piece of sewn something that gives you some support. We really went for something that's integrated into the boat, so you get a nice thick pad, you get a backrest, a back band, I should say, that's adjustable. You can raise and lower it. It also has a pedestal in the back, so you can have that back pad higher or lower and hold it fixed, or if you want to, you can take that pedestal all the way off, and then it's just a floating back band like you're used to having on a normal sit-inside.
Looks like you've got a stern hatch and a covered
yeah, we've got a stern hatch,
wall.
so you can, a little bit more storage inside of here. You can pretty much maximize all the geometry of the boat. You can put stuff in it. Finally, this is what we finally refer to as the dead possum. This is sort of backpack technology, right? Backpacks have compression panels that are designed to take the load and hold it close to your back and keep it from moving around. Same thing here. We're trying to hold it down low to keep a low center of gravity and also keep it from moving around, because as you can imagine, if a dry bag's rattling around back there, it's going to throw your balance off. So that's what this thing does.
And it does, for sure. We were, in our trip we did, we just had bags stacked high and spongy down.
Yeah, and the bungees are a mess, right? So this really does a much better job. And as you can see, we got a lot of webbing, so you can expand this thing out and put a lot of stuff in this boat. So between the hatches and the possum, you can really carry a lot of gear in this thing.
Tom, let's go have a look at some Old Town canoes.
Sounds good. Yeah, we'll walk over to the Saranac.
The Old Town wing of the Johnson Outdoors booth here. Tom, there's been at least where I live, there's been a real resurgence in canoeing, and I've chalked it up to just a whole bunch of guys like me waiting a while to have families, and now there's a bunch of 30, 40 somethings running around with little kids. Canoes are the way a go.
Absolutely, no question about it.
You've got a couple new boats.
Yeah, we just came out with this one. This is the 160 Saranac. It's an entry price point, but really combines a ton of features for what you pay for this boat. We can start out on the deck really here.
Let's do that, sure.
On the deck, we molded the deck, and we're able to mold in all sorts of features right within it, which is pretty nice to be able to get some value-added features and things that are a little bit more interesting to the consumer. So we've got areas that you can run your anchor line off, areas that you can cleat, areas that you can throw a rod holder in there if you want, or an anchor davit off the side. The seats themselves are interesting because they kind of perform two functions. From a consumer standpoint, they have a lot of things molded into them. And then from a structural standpoint, you can see the bottom of the seat has this big support base.
It looks like it provides some rigidity to the hull.
Exactly, and there's a lot of other competitors who do this style of boat, which is a thermoformed polyethylene boat. But the tough thing about thermoformed polyethylene is that you got to get the structure somehow. And some people use aluminum, some people use all sorts of different ways to get there. What we did is try to make these seats with these big contact surfaces and spread them out all the way across the boat. So you can see you've got 6 really big contact surfaces, and this gives the boat a ton of structure, a ton of stability.
And without it, those boats are
absolutely
horrible.
Right. Absolutely. There's nothing worse than a reverse rocker boat. So even within the seat, the seats are made of a material called structural foam, so it's really bomb-proof stuff. You can feel it's thick, but it's relatively light because it's actually a foam plastic. The seats have molded in areas to keep your stuff so it doesn't slide around the bottom of the canoe. Little things like this detail here where you can drop your paddle back there, just lean it along the side, get it out of the way. There's an optional seat back on the thing, so if you put the seat back on, this thing's really like a Barcalounger. You can see it's got a nice sort of bucket seat. The other thing we did is we dropped the seats down a little bit. In fact, the whole boat's dropped down a little bit. And as you can imagine, if you lower your center of gravity, you can narrow the boat out a ton. So this boat is actually quite narrow and quite lively, but for the same amount of stability. So you're not giving up a lot of stability, but you get a much nicer paddling boat.
Great, and you got something here in the center.
Center seat is a, this is sort of An area where you can fit a 6-pack inside of here. Clearly, a kid can sit on top of it. We've got areas here that's actually a dry storage. You got a cup holder. We've got, again, more trays to put stuff in. And even here's a fishing rod holder, so you can hang a fishing rod off the side and be able to fish while you're paddling along. Same thing here again. We got a paddle holder. We've got the rod holder area. Another tray up front. More stuff just to keep your things organized. And again, the adjustable backrest to really enhance that comfort. So all in, this is you know, about as much features as you can pack into a price point boat that still delivers a really nice paddling experience.
Great. Let's just hope more families get out on the water.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Great. This has been Scott McGregor in the Johnson Outdoors booth here with the Old Town Boats at Outdoor Retailer Summer Market 2012. Hoping you paddle forever.
Learn more about Rapid Media's print and digital magazines, International Paddling Film Festival, on-water events, and online store. Visit rapidmedia.com.